Hello everyone, today someone has brought me this Dyson Ball vacuum cleaner to have a look at for them because it has limited suction. We're going to take it apart, inspect all the different parts, and see what's going on and why the suction seems to be off track on it. The very first thing I wanted to look at was the seals here on the canister to the frame, and the seals actually look like they're sitting perfectly on there, matching up just fine. So we're gonna continue looking into it. I know there's a couple of filters in this. We're gonna pull those apart and have a look at those. We're gonna inspect all the different hose tracks for blockages, and we'll show you what we find. All right, we removed the dust bin, and then we separated the dust bin from the turbine module. And if we look at this, we can see there's a lot of very fine particulate blocking some of the lower holes on here. But all in all, most of the holes are pretty clear. If you look through the bottom vent holes, two of them are pretty much totally closed off, and one is wide open, and two more are about half closed. So I'm thinking the lack of suction capability is going to be rooted, so to speak, in this part right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to take these apart. These are really, really hard to totally take apart. I don't know if you can totally take them apart. We're going to get a brush. We're going to clean the vents here around this way. We're going to get a long tool like a pointy screwdriver, and we're going to clean those 5 vents there out. And then we're going to get the air compressor fired up, and we're going to blow it all out with compressed air through these little vents, through this end here, and through the rubber inlet up here. One of the filters is located in the ball assembly, and we need to rotate the ball assembly till we get to the access button here, which will push that in, pop the access door open, and remove the filter. Once you get the door open, you look on top, you rotate the ball around till it clears the top like this, and you pull the filter out through this hole here. So we're going to take this out and clean this really good, and then replace it and make sure the seal is hitting like it's supposed to. This whole assembly is actually the replaceable filter, and it needs to be cleaned. I'm going to blow it out with a little air first, but it recommends a cleaning system on here. What you do is you rinse it with water, smack it out on a flat hard surface, repeat those steps 10 times, and then allow it to dry under natural light or in the sun for 24 hours. So we're going to clean this, so we're going to do that. I believe there's another filter in these too, but I'm not 100% sure. I know the other Dysons have 2 filters. We're going to check this out a little deeper and see if this has a second filter. Filter A, the primary filter, is located on top of the turbine canister and accessed by lifting up this flap here and tilting that back. And then the filter has a little tab on it. You pull that out. This is the one that gets the most dirty with the bigger pieces of dirt. This one was like totally packed with dirt. I mean, it's just I had to peel the hair and the dirt off it. Then I just took it to a sink. I actually took it in the shower and power washed it with the handheld nozzle. Just kept squeezing and squeezing and squeezing until the water came out clear. And then I let it set overnight on top of the air conditioning vent to dry it out. And now it's nice and clean. We're going to just set it back in there like so. Make sure that little flap tips over so it doesn't hit the rubber edge here. Clean the rubber seals around here, make sure there's no dirt stuck in those, and then snap it back together. Pup-Pup's here too, and he wants to see what's going on. Isn't he cute? And Dominic's here. He always barks at Dominic. Dominic Fish on TikTok. Great fishing channel. Check it out on YouTube. Alright. We found the A filter, which I had forgot to clean and check, and here it is. Look at the A filter is like totally clogged with hair and dust, and that might be why we're losing suction still after cleaning the vents and the B filter. So we're going to clean that out carefully by hand, and then we're going to wash it real good and let it dry till tomorrow and fire it back up and see what happens. It appears to me as if there's something wrong with this cover flap down here, which could be losing suction if this isn't closing like it's supposed to. And I'm wondering if that's why we're losing suction, because this doesn't seem to be closing by itself. It gets popped open by the handle when you push it down, and it seems to want to stay open. It doesn't want to snap all the way shut unless you give it a little push. So I'm going to try adjusting that and lubing it and seeing if I can figure out why that doesn't want to go down all the way. So what we got here is this little slide mechanism here is actually a diverter, which moves the main suction hose back and forth between the main beater bar suction hose here and the handheld wand suction hose over here. So depending on if you have the hose plugged in or taken out, it moves this lever here like this, which diverts the main intake hose back and forth. And it seems to be hanging up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lube it down really good with a nice food grade silicone lubricant. And it shouldn't leave much residue on here, and it should cause everything to rotate and slide a little bit better. And now we're going to clip this back on. And we've cleaned both filters, the hoses, and we've adjusted the little diverter flap down here on the bottom and lubricated that. So with any luck now, we'll have some really good suction. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the traditional Dyson DC33 to the Dyson DC25 ball machine. You see the dust bin on the 33 is a little bigger, and overall it looks like a little bit larger, heavier built machine, but it is also equally heavier and somewhat less maneuverable, right, Doug?
Oh, I would say so. This is pretty heavy.
How does that compare to that one?
This one? Only like a 3-pound difference.
A little lighter, not much different, but the difference comes when you're trying to maneuver it. Show us how they maneuver.
Here's the original one. Say I want to go up one tile and turn left. Look at my handle. I gotta like do that. I gotta like move the whole thing.
Big sweeping motion.
You want to do that with the ball? This thing's where it gets trippy. You just crank your wrist right or left.
That's too close. I think I'm too close. There you go. All right, now I can see it better.
Look at that. Turns any direction.
Probably tried on the carpet so it's not slipping and sliding. Just show us on the carpet how easy and quick it goes on the carpet.
Alright, so we need to turn left through the couch here. Right through there.
No effort required, just a simple twist of the wrist.
Just a twist of the wrist.
Look at that. Yep, round everything. All the obstacles easily vacuumed around.
Turn around easily.
So, we weren't sure we'd be fans of the ball machine, but you know, I'm thinking I really do like it. And that might be in my future to get one of these down the road. We have the DC, what is it, model 25, DC25 ball vacuum animal. And some of the cool features on it that I didn't know about before, it has the beater brush down here is electrically operated with a little motor down here. And it seems to get really good spinning RPMs. You don't have to worry about belts breaking or replacing a belt on it. You do have to worry about the motor going bad, I suppose, but it seems to be really well built and pretty solid and easy to remove the power head to service anything down here you need to service. The other thing is there's 2 filters in it. There's the primary filter up here, called the A filter, which is underneath this little flip lid right here when you take the dustbin off, and I showed you that earlier. You gotta make sure you keep that filter in there clean and washed and dried properly. The same thing with the secondary filter, the micro air filter, which is down here on the ball mechanism, right here. You can see there's access cutouts on it here, and a little button that you flip right there to open up the access to the secondary filter. That one tends to accumulate micro fine particles of dust, which I like to blow out with an air compressor, but according to directions you can also wash that one out and leave it dry as well. So you're going to keep these 2 filters clean. You're going to inspect the length of the bristles on your beater bar. You're going to make sure the primary pickup hose here doesn't get clogged up with anything, and this vacuum will provide years and years of good quality service with a lot of suction and easy maneuverability for you. I highly recommend.